Hey guys, sorry, hey guys, it's me, Tim here, and I'm back with yet another custom LEGO Star Wars set review based off of my rewrites, my script rewrites of the sequel trilogy. I'm sure I forgot to mention this in a good few of my previous custom reviews, but yeah, the scripts, all three of them, I think all three links are available in the Discord. There's a special tab. I should probably redistribute the link so that it's more easily findable for those who are interested in joining and don't know. But yes, I previously said that was most likely done, but I guess I'm not. I immediately got more ideas, and there's not gonna be many big story relevant things, I don't think, or at least, many that would be like, in the first few waves, it would be more so things that come out in the, future upcoming years, just like mixed together with waves, kind of like how the Knights of Ren set, the ship and like the Resistance ITS transport kind of were released in, mixed waves. These would be more so smaller based sets, kind of not just full wave of the single theme. So this is the Final Order TIE Interceptor variant. As you can see, I believe, I know for a fact, I don't believe, in my script it was introduced in the episode 8 scripts, as a new variant, and it's also in my episode 9 scripts, just as a background thing. It's kind of like a TIE dagger, basically just it's faster, it's distinct, by its speed, the wing shape, and also it has a bit more of a screaming type sound. It's like, the classic twin ion engine sound is more like high pitched, more whiny. Unlike, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the Final Order TIE bomber would have a deeper, more gruff scream. So as you can see, this would be like probably a 40 to 60, knowing like it would probably be like $70 to $80 set. It's definitely not worth that. It's probably 60 to 70. 70 is even asking a bit because it's not that many pieces. But yeah, and this time I didn't just reuse the TIE dagger body, I actually rebuilt it, though it is very, very similar. As you can see, 4 figures, which is generous in the present day, but you can see there's a TIE pilot. This is based off of episode 9 specifically, like at least the figure layout. So the Final Order TIE dagger, or TIE pilot, would basically be the same armor, mold and whatnot, except in red, mainly, I think, with black stripes. I don't know if I mentioned that in the past, but yeah, like the pilots would get new armor that's red, and also corrugated like the Sith Trooper, same with the Flame Trooper, that's why he's here. But so yeah, you can see it's the same old black tube still would probably be present, maybe just black highlights, kind of like Von Reg, really, just, same helmet mold though. You can see it's a female one. I just used a generic female face from like a Resistance Trooper. Torso, legs, arms, and weapon is the same as all the others. Really, the figure's just, I think I got it in Kylo Ren's episode 8 set, the TIE Silencer set. Next figure, as I said, is a Flame Trooper. It would be really all red armor, mainly, with the Sith Trooper, maybe like even the middle bit down the middle on the helmet. I just used, once again, a generic face that's not Angry Clone. He's got the same build. Really, it's just the most recent version of the Flame Trooper. Just I'd like him to be all red armor to match the Sith Trooper. And once again, with the corrugated lines that the Sith Trooper has. This is the Sith Trooper from Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle set from 2019. Except I gave him the pauldron that came in the 2015 Command Shuttle. For Kylo Ren, the one with the gray color scheme, and it came on the Commander Trooper dude. Gave him another generic Rebel face. It's from one of the Endor Rebels. He has the black Lego Movie blaster with the lightsaber hilt, and everything else except for this is from 2019 command shuttle with the pauldron once again from the 2015 version. And the final figure is a throw-in hero figure. It is Zori Bliss, obviously. She returns in my episode 9, so she's not, in episode 8 she plays a much bigger part than episode 9. She's kind of there for the final battle in episode 9, which is what I'm probably going to do a lot of sets based off of. You can see this time she doesn't have a black head because actually we see her face by the end of the movie. This would come out well after the movie, probably like in, 2 years or so. So I just gave her Sabine's face. Hopefully she'd have a more Carrie Russell looking face, maybe even a hairpiece. But, everything else is the same Zori Bliss, just without the black head. So yeah, that's the 4 figures. And now that those are out of the way, one sec, pushing parts aside, I can show you the TIE Interceptor, Final Order TIE Interceptor. It uses the TIE Dagger design that I used initially with the gray body scheme with black wing panels with red outlines. Except with, just these are kind of filler colors that I just wanted to fill and make neat shapes, and it ended up looking pretty neat, so I did it on both sides. The wings are basically 2 of these and then 2 of these, and initially I had them stacked where, the studs were facing outwards on all sides, but then I was, obviously I didn't want this to have understuds, so I basically put these 2 here and these 2 here, to where then, whenever you turn it upside down, you can see the understuds all the way. But yeah. And a side note is that I had to use 2 of these here instead of a full black one because I kind of ran out of parts. And I had to use 2 of these here instead of a 8 one. But yeah, so it's mostly the same on the panels on either side, just with some, necessary swap outs, like this piece here instead of this tile piece, and then the grill. And the sides, of course, they're actually kind of reminiscent of my version of Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer with these torpedo launchers and missiles. They have lasers at the end, actually pretty simple built. It's kind of like the Jedi Interceptor sets that we get, where it's kind of off to the side. And there's just some funky building kind of, just details, and also just sticking it together. They're attached with 4 ratcheted joints each for each panel, with these just filling in holes. And, the way it connects to the body is actually kind of different. I used Technic. It's not too solid, but it's actually pretty solid, surprisingly. As you can see here, you can take it off pretty easily, so you can play maybe. But it also, 4 Technic friction pens makes pretty good use of Technic, really. Kinda. Now it's not one to attach for whatever reason, I do not know. Kinda. So these each are ratcheted 2. And initially I did also have them inwards, like the normal TIE Interceptor, but I wanted to make them a bit more unique. And also I accidentally made the body too small. So, there's not much space in between. And I kind of want to make it kind of like the TIE Bomber that I made for the Final Order, where it's outwards, and plus it just looks neater and, once again, more unique. Adapted, It has the twin ion engines in the back, like the Dagger, as well as the long strip, like the Dagger. Same kind of body as the Dagger. It's mostly, it has a lot of similarities with the my Final Order TIE Dagger. Body shape wise, it is completely built from the ground up again. It uses a lot of parts from the actual official TIE Dagger set too. It has spring-loaded shooters. I remembered them. You can put them in here. They're green. They stick out in the rear, so you can push on them. So yeah, pretty simple build. You can see some Technic here and there, sideways building, whatnot. Let's see, there's not much else to really go over, aside from just colors, and details, like the red here, dark gray and light gray, sand blue, just red, here and there and whatnot. The cockpit is pretty unique. As you can see, once again, I used Technic bricks here to clamp it together, and it also has like this little hollow area here. The red parts of the windows are actually really neat because I made them a lot more abundant. You know, it's not just the front. It has some red visible from here. Actually, also from the bottom, you can see there's some red slopes here. And then at the rear of the top of the cockpit, there's red here. And the cockpit opens up pretty neat. Obviously, there's the frontward motion with the typical design, you know. But then also, you can stick your finger in between this crack and you can hinge it up and it opens two ways, which I think is pretty neat. And like the tie dagger, it has two of those Star Wars pieces. It has a panel in the back so that the helmet can fit and has a bit of red back there. There's a lot of red in here, you know. And there's two studs for figures. And once again, you know, little same droid body cockpit controls that can also clamp down the figure if need be. You know, they still fit in with their weapon. You can put them in either way. So I will say it's a bit difficult with my design. You should put head first, I guess. So you can stud them. Oh yeah, also this is kind of weak with the ratchets. But you can stud them in, and then you can, or they can pop up, and then you can use the cockpit piece to, or the control piece to hold them down. Once again, there's a little sideways opening cockpit. I use those to just like hold the whole thing together, but also kind of just stop it. And they fold in and in. Once again, they could use a better handle, you know, to open it, but I really wanted it to look nice. I was going for a bit more looks here, and I think it looks pretty good. Very nice. Same dagger cockpit piece. And yeah, so I'm making content. I'm back from senior trips, so hopefully I can do a bit more videos. Sorry for the long bit of silence, but yeah, I'm once again, as I said before, I'm going to college eventually, so there's also going to be even more silence, but let's hope that the community can grow and whatnot. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in some future video. Goodbye.